Vikings, let's win the game.
Attention Vikings fans. A blast of breaking news straight from Minnesota. A veteran on defense is sidelined on the eve of a divisional showdown, while the rival is cooking up offensive tricks to try and break down the wall commanded by Brian Flores. At the same time, 5 players on the roster are under the microscope in a make-or-break season. Inside the locker room, a backup quarterback steps into a mentor role and earns a quirky nickname that's shaking up the team. And to top it off, the starting quarterback makes surprising revelations about his Monday Night Football debut. All that and more you'll find out right now. Welcome. Support your Vikings community with a like and a comment. With confirmation that Harrison Smith is out for the game against the Bears, Vikings fans felt a deep shock. The legendary safety, a symbol of consistency for more than a decade, now carries the shadow of a health issue nobody expected. His absence from practice since August already raised suspicions, but the official news hit like a cold bucket of water on the eve of the opener. Imagine stepping onto the field without the most experienced voice in the secondary, right in a divisional clash under the bright lights of Monday Night Football. It's impossible not to feel the emotional weight of this moment. Smith, possibly in his final season, thanked fans for their support and made it clear he's fighting to return soon. But not traveling with the team is a clear sign his recovery still needs time. And while the icon rests, the defense loses not only talent but leadership. Brian Flores will need to quickly reorganize the unit, leaning on names like Theo Jackson and Josh Metellus to carry the load. Will that be enough to neutralize Chicago's attack? The situation becomes even trickier because it's not just about Smith. Christian Darrisaw, a vital piece in protecting J.J. McCarthy, remains listed as questionable. For a rookie quarterback, debuting without his starting left tackle is like going into battle without a shield. The risk of constant pressure skyrockets, and every snap feels like Russian roulette. O'Connell knows it, and his words of confidence sound more like an attempt to steady the locker room than a real guarantee that Darrisaw will play. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The Bears' medical department is packed as well. Jaylon Johnson, T.J. Edwards, and Kyler Gordon are all on the injury list, which could open cracks for the Vikings' passing game. Even without Jordan Addison suspended for 4 games, Justin Jefferson should find space to torch a weakened defense. The key may be McCarthy making quick decisions, exploiting the rival's physical wear and missing pieces. The stage is set. On one side, Smith's absence and Darrisaw's uncertainty. On the other, a banged-up Chicago. Whoever turns weakness into strength first will dictate the path of this season opener. While Minnesota deals with heavy losses, the rival sharpens its weapons with a bold plan. Offensive coordinator Declan Doyle laid out how the Bears intend to attack Brian Flores' defense, and the strategy revolves around tempo, cadence, and motion tricks. Make no mistake, they know they're facing one of the league's most aggressive defenses, #1 in interceptions last season, and running a scheme that blitzes on nearly 40% of snaps. For a new offense, with a new head coach and a quarterback still adjusting, the mission looks almost suicidal. But they believe they've found a crack. Doyle explained that every play is a race against time, receivers trying to steal half a second against the pass rush by using cadence variations to slow down the defensive line's burst. It's practically a reflex duel. Rome Odunze, the young wide receiver, made it clear he knows the danger coming off the edges with Jonathan Greenard and Andrew Van Ginkel. He spoke about quick routes, winning the first step before the hit lands. The message is clear. The Bears will try to speed things up, change the tempo, and keep the Vikings' defense guessing. And it doesn't stop there. Heavy pre-snap motion, a trademark of Coach Ben Johnson in Detroit, now enters Chicago's playbook. More than 80% of plays with players in motion, confusing assignments and forcing constant communication from the defense. It may seem like a detail, but against Flores it could cut both ways. Too much motion can tip off blitzes and coverages, letting the opposing quarterback read what should stay hidden. It's a chess match in real time, where every shift is bait and any hesitation turns into space for big plays. The Vikings fan base, of course, is split. Many see this prep as desperation from a team scared of the purple front seven. Others warn that if it works, McCarthy may need to match with a shootout on offense. The truth is, cadence and rhythm only matter if the offensive line holds the pocket. And historically, that has been Chicago's Achilles heel. So will this puzzle finally come together under the Monday night lights? Or will Minnesota's defense once again turn boldness into turnovers? 5 current Vikings step onto the field in 2025 knowing each snap could be career-defining. No exaggeration. These are players carrying the weight of proving their worth right now, or risk never having the same chance again in Minnesota. This season isn't just about wins, but about survival in purple. Ty Chandler tops the list. Many thought he'd be cut, but CJ Ham's injury bought him time. Still, the clock is ticking. Once Ham returns, Chandler could be the odd man out. To stick, he must prove he's more than a temporary fill-in. Fans are losing patience, especially after back-to-back trades for Cam Akers that screamed front office doubt. Theo Jackson faces a similar moment, but with a twist. With Cameron Bynum gone, he stepped into a starter's role. The problem is that seat is never guaranteed. Flora's defense always seeks alternatives, and Jackson has to show consistency from day one. If he stumbles, the team could easily grab another safety off the market. This is his shot of a lifetime, and blowing it could relegate him to the bench permanently. On offense, Jalen Naylor saw his role plummet. Adam Thielen's return and Jordan Addison's future comeback shoved him down to WR4, from WR3 to WR4 in a blink. And to make it worse, it's the last year of his rookie deal. Fans know he's playing not just for the Vikings, but maybe for his NFL future in 2026. Jeff Okudah, meanwhile, bears the shadow of being a top 3 draft pick who never lived up to the billing. In Minnesota, he found a CB3 role, which in today's pass-happy NFL is essentially a starter. But this is his last chance to prove he still matters. If he fails, he'll slip to depth corner, fading from relevance. The defense expects much more than just a body out there. Finally, Dallas Turner. The Vikings spent serious draft capital to get him. A quiet rookie year is behind him, but now it's time to prove why the investment was worth it. Anything short of immediate impact risks making the trade look like a mistake. The stage is set. Either he breaks out, or the fan patience runs out. And just when it seemed the surprises had ended, a new twist emerged. A veteran newcomer picking up the nickname Coach inside the locker room. Carson Wentz, officially the backup quarterback, has become much more than a QB2. He's turned into a mentor for J.J. McCarthy, helping the rookie navigate the pressure of debuting on Monday Night Football. The curious part? McCarthy himself admitted he's been calling him Coach Wentz, a mix of respect and acknowledgement for the experience of someone who has lived through intense nights at Soldier Field. Wentz brings with him nearly 100 career starts, stops with 5 different franchises, and even a near MVP season cut short by injury. He knows what it means to shoulder expectations and what it feels like to see those expectations collapse. That baggage is now fuel for teaching McCarthy how to stay calm against unpredictable defenses. And it's not just about schemes, it's about mindset. The locker room is already feeling the shift. Younger players look at his poise and see a silent leader who arrived without fanfare but already sets the tone in practice. Fans, of course, are split. Some celebrate having a de facto extra coach in the locker room, especially to give the rookie confidence. Others can't forget Wentz's rough patches, questioning whether his influence will really be positive. But nobody denies the culture change he's bringing. Confidence, experience, and an alternative voice alongside Kevin O'Connell. It's worth noting the QB2 battle wasn't simple. Sam Howell, acquired in a trade, was discarded after a disappointing preseason. Rookie Max Brosmer shined instead, grabbing attention with fearless play to lock in as QB3. In the end, the depth chart is clear. McCarthy, Wentz, and Brosmer. And for those who doubted, O'Connell seems satisfied with this balance of youth and veteran presence. To top it off, odds makers already have Minnesota favored by 1.5 points over the Bears. With McCarthy hungry, Jefferson locked in, and Wentz guiding from the sidelines, the Vikings hit the field not just to win, but to prove that even behind the scenes, a new engine is driving this purple and gold machine. The question remains, will Coach Wentz be just a passing nickname or a key piece in shaping a new era? J.J. McCarthy doesn't walk into Monday Night Football as just another rookie making his debut. At 22 years old, he's carrying lessons straight from legends, Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, and Joe Mauer. Imagine a Gen Z quarterback soaking up the essence of all-time greats and turning it into fuel for his first official start with the Minnesota Vikings. What stands out most is the simplicity of the wisdom. Act like a pro, trust the process, and always put the team first. Not just pretty words. These are mantras he's already living by. The symbolism doesn't go unnoticed. McCarthy was born and raised just 30 minutes from Soldier Field, a childhood Bears fan. Now he returns to that same stage to debut against the team that shaped his early fandom. But when asked, his smile and firm response showed maturity. Minnesota is home. This is a business trip. That's the mindset that separates boys from men. And McCarthy seems determined not to get lost in nostalgia or cheap emotion. Another factor cementing his Minnesota connection was buying Joe Mauer's house, a local baseball legend. More than a real estate move, it became a friendship and a symbol. Fans already see McCarthy as someone who has embraced the city's culture, not just passing through, but ready to build something lasting. Add in his hockey background, a sport he swears sharpened his processing speed, and it's clear he's built for quick thinking. Gretzky, the master of anticipation, quietly influences the way he reads the field. But none of this would matter without overcoming adversity. In 2024, McCarthy suffered a severe meniscus injury, the kind of setback that could derail a young career. He answered with discipline, meditation to stay balanced, targeted training and patience to rebuild step by step. The calm he shows in interviews isn't a facade, it's the product of deep mental work. The lingering question, when the Soldier Field lights come on, can this kid turn the wisdom of Brady and Gretzky into real performance? The Vikings believe so, and the Purple faithful wait eagerly to see if a new era has truly begun under center. Vikings fans, take a deep breath because this opener already feels historic. Between Harrison Smith's painful absence, the rivals' bold schemes, players under pressure to prove themselves, Carson Wentz's surprising mentorship, and J.J. McCarthy's remarkable composure, this week's storyline looks like it was written for Hollywood. But there's no script here, it's sweat, grit, and strategy on the field. But none of this makes sense without the energy of the fans. Now is the time to support, question, and debate, because this journey doesn't end here. Which headline grabbed your attention the most? And what other moves does this team still need to make? Drop a comment, share this video, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned, SKOL Vikings, let's go!